Hey, y'all, and thank you for joining us for Talk About It Tuesday with Chat with Trina. Today, I am talking about it with Miss Donna Davis Lewis, author of Musing and Meandering Random Thoughts During the Pandemic. It's her brand new book of poetry and is available on Amazon.com. Make sure you order your copy today. Hello, everybody. This is Miss Trina with Chat with Trina, and today is Tuesday. It's not Wednesday because I've started having Talk About It Tuesday. And today I have a super special guest, Miss Donna Lewis. And Miss Donna, do you like the Donna Davis Lewis, or is it okay to say Donna Lewis?
No, Donna Lewis is fine. Just
Okay,
if you search for the book on Amazon, use the Donna Davis
the full
Lewis.
thing. Okay.
Yeah, but
So I'm
no.
talking to, and first I want to say, guys, thank you so much for making the choice to click into Chat with Trina. And Miss Donna, and I'm going to say Miss Donna, but her name is Donna Lewis. But Miss Donna, I'm just so excited about her because she did something. She doesn't know what she did for me. Is that sometimes you think what you're doing is not getting to people, or people don't notice, or it doesn't make a difference. And for her to reach out to me, it was just an honor. It just made me feel good at a time I needed to feel good about what I do. So thank you.
You're
Then,
welcome.
out of all the authors I've met, she sent me a complimentary book. I've never got a complimentary book before. so, so I did a whole video one day about, oh my gosh, I actually got a complimentary book from somebody. So I do thank you, and I have looked at a few of the poems.
You're
So,
welcome.
guys, Miss Donna wrote a book of poetry during COVID. So, can you let us know first about you, real quick? Where you're from?
Okay, I am originally from Houston, Texas. I've lived here all my life. Grew up on the east side in Galena Park near Pleasantville. I
Oh,
don't know where
okay.
Pleasantville is. And
Mm-hmm.
I recently retired. I worked in the travel industry as a travel
Oh,
agent, and with
mm-hmm.
COVID, of course, that business went down the tube. So I decided to retire. And the funny thing is, I've always written poetry as a
Mm.
teenager and just never saved anything. I went to a doctor's appointment. It was a virtual doctor's appointment. And my doctor said, "Well, what are you doing now that you've retired?" I said, "Oh, I'm doing a little gardening, watching a lot of TV." And I said, "I used to write poetry, so I've started to write poetry again." And the doctor said, "Oh, I want to read something you wrote." And I thought of like, well, I don't really have anything I want to show her. So from
Yeah.
that day, I decided I'm going to go home. I'm going to get a journal. I'm going to start writing. And I just started writing every day. And just
Wow.
like the poems started flowing, I started having fun with it. I posted poetry on Instagram and on Facebook, and people would say, "Oh, you need to write a book. You need to write a book." And I said, "Well, I guess I have enough poems for a book." So I kept writing, and finally had enough for a book. And that this book is a result of that, of just being confined during COVID and finding something I enjoyed. And I love it. I love it. I have just, and I've, even though I have published the book, I'm continuing to write, getting ready for the next book, I should
Right.
say.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm looking down because there was a poem I dropped I had your card to hold off one of the poems that I wanted to read, and I can't find it because I dropped it. So that's why they used to have to write the book. But my gosh, it's like some of them are so they're just so, when I say simple, not in a bad way, but so simple to where you can read
Mm-hmm.
it and you can understand it. I'm gonna read this one real quick because this means something to me. It's called Do You. And it's be you, do you, for you. Easier to say today than at age 19 when just being you seems odd. Every family member has that one member who does not quite fit the mold. They are loved fiercely, but their choices seem a little too bold. My auntie Lil joined the Great Migration in 1941. She left Texas for Chicago and left her family stunned. Such bravery and independence was like nothing they had ever seen. But when she came home with a real career, she became the family queen. Love that because it's so many things like I always wanted to do, like, but I'm always the one that's like, I don't want my family to be upset with me, or my family would, it's always been that way. So when I look at people who do travel, a friend of mine, his name is Liddell Head. I want to say his name right. Hedro. And because I always say Hedro, but it's Hedro. He moved to Atlanta in the last few years. My daughter lived in Austin forever. So this like be you, do you, no matter what anybody thinks. I love that one. So that was the one that means the most to me. Do you have a favorite?
I have one, and I'll read it for you. And
Okay.
it's called Late Bloomers. And I'll tell you why this
Hmm.
is one of my favorites, is because I
Okay.
think it kind of applies to me and a lot of people, where you find something late in life that you love, that you
Mm-hmm.
that you want to do, or you're struggling to find something.
Mm-hmm.
You go to work every day, you feel like, what is my purpose? And so I dedicate this to people like that. And I'll put in a plug in for my son. My
Mm-hmm.
son is had a career, college degree, and he decided just 3 years ago that he wanted to become a registered nurse. So he
Wow.
essentially started over. He had one degree and he started over to become a registered nurse, and I'm very proud of him. So this poem is
Yes.
dedicated to people, to the late bloomers. Okay.
Yeah.
Late bloomers. I want to talk to the late bloomers, the ones who never thought their ships had sailed and they never made it to the Gold Coast, the ones who felt unteachable, unlovable, unable to reach some arbitrary goal. To them, I say, keep reaching, striving, fighting for those elusive heights. This is not the time to regret. The simple truth is, you just have not peaked yet.
I love that. Oh, that's a good one. And that's the thing about your poems. They all mean something. So, and I know they mean something to you, but
Mhm.
there's not a poem, guys, that in this book that you can't go through and you like, oh my God, either it's about you some kind of way or it's about somebody else. And I'm someone I like, every morning I post a motivational something
Mhm.
just to get everybody's day started. Try to do it at night too, but that doesn't always work out. So, but talk to us about how we can get the book.
Yes,
And
I
you
mean,
know what? First of
yeah,
all, let me just say this: were you just? I know you said your doctor gave you the idea, but so were you just at home during COVID, not doing anything, and they were just coming to you? And how long did it take you to finish?
it took me about 3 months to get enough poems to do a book. And
Mm-hmm.
then, even then, once I decided to self-publish,
Mm-hmm.
I sent the manuscript to the publisher, and then after that, I was still writing. So I'd say, well, can I include this? Can I include that? So
Uh,
it about 4 months, excuse me, to get to the point where I was happy with what I had for a book. And I'm still writing. So I figured
yes.
the next book. But you can order the book. And just to remind everybody, the title, Musing and Meandering, Random Thoughts During the Pandemic. You can go to Amazon.com and you can get the book. There's a paperback version and there's an ebook version. So if you have a Kindle
Oh,
or you read on your device, you can get it that way as well. And the paperback is $10.99. The ebook is $5.99. So
wow, not expensive.
no. And I want to put this out there too. I like to say that this book is for people who don't know that they like poetry.
Mm, I can see that. I can
Yeah,
definitely see that.
because some people say, "Oh no, I had to do that when I was in high school. I didn't like it. I didn't like poetry." Well,
So they were shoving it down our throats.
yes, well, well, there are poems in here that are funny, that are fun, some that will make you think, and some I hope that will make you feel something. So I hope you will get the book. And as an added thing, just to let you know, if you have a group of your friends, say 4 or 5 of your girlfriends or male friends, whoever buys the book, if after you get the book, you want to do a virtual book club meeting to talk about the book, I'm happy to do it. There's no charge for that. I just do it just for fun,
Awesome.
just for fun. And you can email me at ddlew at att.net if you want to do a book club. But I do hope you will buy the book. And again, if you've ever thought about writing a book or
that's the next thing on my bucket list.
yeah. My advice, just do it. Get a journal, write something every day. If you're a poet, write a poem, a few lines, write down ideas, and then just do it. Just do it, and don't be so hard on yourself. Everything you write is not going to be a masterpiece. So if you write a poem and you think, oh, that's not so good, write another one. Just enjoy yourself and put your feelings on the paper.
Can you tell us real quick? I asked you what meandering was. Could you just talk about how you came up with that title? I'm sorry, I should have asked that earlier.
Oh no, that's okay. No, the title, Musing and Meandering, I thought about my situation at the beginning of the pandemic. It's like, what am I doing? You know, I'm not working anymore. I'm watching a lot of Netflix, you know, Zooming with friends. And I had a lot of thoughts, but there were random thoughts, you know, thinking about my mother, thinking about my father, thinking about food I like, you know, just fun stuff. And so I would just write a poem. So it was, the musing came from, what am I thinking about? I'm musing about something in my mind. And meandering to me means you're going from place to place. You don't really have a focus, but it's not useless. You know, you're kind of moving around and having thoughts of things you want to do and places you want to be. And it's all important to you. And if you write about it, it might be important to somebody else. It might touch somebody else.
And you said that, and I want to say this, that I'm trying to find something. You said that, and I think say that so much that people don't realize things that you do say, write, all those things. Sometimes someone else has that story and they just don't want to speak on it. But then when you speak it or you write it, people relate to it, and it does something to make them feel better. I've always believed in that. I lost my point. Oh, here it is. Okay. So do you mind if I just do two more?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So my daughter is wait a minute. So there's two things. So today I'm just seeing this one. So today both my daughters, they talk, and they're very into lots of things, but they're very believe in their people. And so one of them was saying that one of the attorneys had asked her, not her, but asked someone else about going to the store to buy something. Because, people who have a lot of money, they don't think about what you make.
Yeah.
So go to the store and buy this thing that costs $500 and we'll reimburse you.
Oh, okay.
And it's no fault of theirs. They're just not thinking. So this poem kind of made me think about it. I'm gonna just read it real quick. Friends with privilege. Wait a minute. The kids are in cages. So, and you said, well, this is about something else. But anyway, the kids are in cages, and you said, too bad, but their parents are breaking the law. People are losing their jobs. And you said they should have enough savings from which they can draw. The food lines are over-reported, you say. How do they run out of food in a matter of days? They should have other resources, you said, because in this country, there is no good excuse for not getting ahead. And I said, it just seems to me that you have no empathy, because not once in your life have you ever had to face strife. Such a truth. And last but not least, my baby girl, well, we all come in different colors, but you know that saying, she would always tell me that people would say, oh, you're so pretty to be a Black girl, or so pretty to be a dark girl. So of course, you know what I'm thinking about. For a Black girl, they say you're so pretty for a Black girl. They say we have to fight for our Black boys because they're endangered in this cruel world, and they are. But what of the little Black girls taunted? For their bodies, their voices, their hair? What of their despair? They say you're really smart for a Black girl. I say you're really beautiful. You are beautiful and brilliant and fearless. Let your victory flag unfurl, Black girl. And I ain't gonna read the whole book because y'all need to go buy it. But I just want y'all to know what's in this book, because it's good. And it's even one in my mind, because like I said, I went through some already, but there's some that sometimes if you're just not feeling good or you're just hanging out, you can go back and pick up this book and read it. That's what I like about it. It's one of those you can come back and say, you know what, I remember this poem. That was a pick me up, and you can go back and read it over and over. And for I think the ebook you said is $5.99.
$5.99 for the
paperback is
$10.99.
$10.99. Child, y'all, and this is a lifetime book, and it's on my shelf. So, Miss Donna, you want to say anything else about the book or anything?
Well, no, I just want to thank you so much for having me, Trina. I was so excited. I was like, oh, I'm going to be on chat with Miss Trina. Thank you so much. It's fun.
Thank you. And I'm going to take it. Of course, I'm going to edit it, and we're going to put it on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to send you the link so you can post it as well.
Oh, yeah. I will post it, on my Soros, Delta Sigma Theta, all my friends.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, my Instagram followers, they're all going to know about it.
Yes, thank you. Also, on that note, when you get ready for that, when that new book is done, you know who you need to call.
I will. Thank you.
You're so welcome. And y'all go out and get this. Don't go out and get this book. Just go to Amazon.com and get this book. And it is good. It is Musing and Meandering by Donna Davis Lewis, Random Thoughts During the Pandemic. And in my opinion, it's random thoughts for any time. Just during this time, we have a lot of mental things going on. This is a book that can help you calm. It can help you with meditation, just reading and calming, wrap up, drinking some hot cocoa or something, or even a glass of wine, my favorite.
Oh, me too. Me too.
and read. So thank you again. If anything I can do for you, else I can do for you, let me know. And you got it.
All right. Thank you, Trina.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, that was Miss Donna Davis Lewis, author of Musing and Meandering, Random Thoughts During the Pandemic, her awesome book of poetry. Miss Donna, thank you again so much for joining me tonight. And you gave me my complimentary book, and I sure appreciate it. But I'm definitely going to purchase one, and I'm going to gift it to someone for Christmas. Thanks for joining me. And guys, don't forget, go to youtube.com/chatwithtrina. Click subscribe, and then make sure that you tap that little bell so you can be notified when I upload a new video. Miss Donna, thanks, and the best of luck to you. Guys, Amazon.com, Musing and Meandering, Donna Davis Lewis.